Almost a year after Tropical Storm Helene flooding, and Tennessee agriculture is still working to recover. Where there used to be rich soils full of nutrients, now farmland resembles a beach with sandy, silty, and rocky deposits. Debris washed here from the Nolichucky River and neighboring fields. UT's Institute of Agriculture held this field day to talk about the resources available to help farmers.
This is going to take years, probably 3, 4, 5, 10 years, maybe to get back to the original soil productivity. In some cases, they've lost acreage.
The host family for this field day can tell you all about that. Will Runyon produces beef and forage on this Washington County land and lost nearly 2/3 of his hay acreage to the flooding.
This farm, we had about 220 acres underwater, and so of that, I would say the sandier soils were probably 85% of it were the sandy soils, and then we had some soils that were more like a silt topsoil.
Mr. Runyon has 3.5 miles of farmland along the Nolichucky River. In some spots, the floodwaters washed as much as 6 feet of sediment into his fields. Forbes Walker with UTIA Biosystems Engineering and Soil Science is part of a team now studying the content of this new layer of soil.
What kind of nutrients do we have in there? What kind of things do we need to add to those sediments to get plants to grow? And then what kind of potential problems are there in the sediments? Are there any legacy pesticides contained in there?
The flooding also greatly impacted hay production. Beef and forage specialist Bruno Pedreda is working to answer the question, how do we grow grass in something that is not really topsoil anymore?
So some of the farmers, they receive a huge amount of water, and some of the hay fields and the pastures were underwater for a few days. Some of them for hours, some of them for a few days. And with that water, we also brought a lot of gravel or stones or silt and sandy sediment.
UTIA is also working in shoreline stabilization should the Nolichucky misbehave again. Andrea Ludwig leads an effort to better understand the condition of riverbanks and restoration interventions using vegetation and woody debris to act as a riparian buffer zone against rising waters.
So trying to find a stable slope, trying to increase the resistance, which is part of using vegetation and rock where needed so that that bank stays in place. And yeah, just really getting stuff to grow.
The floodwaters have receded and now work must move forward. Soils can be healed, and with resilience and research, it's hoped there's no need for future field days with this theme. This is Charles Denny reporting.
Dr. Forbes Walker, and Forbes deals with